Russia expelled 6 British diplomats on Friday for alleged espionage. Moscow's FSB security service said it revoked their accreditation after accusing them of sabotage and spying. Russian state TV named the diplomats and showed these images of them. It's an apparent display of Kremlin anger over London's support for Kiev. The expulsions come ahead of talks in Washington between British Prime Minister Keir Starmer and US President Joe Biden. The Allies are forecast to discuss letting Ukraine strike deeper into Russia with Western missiles. President Vladimir Putin warned on Thursday that such a development would alter the scope of the conflict and mean the West would be directly fighting with Russia. Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov said on Friday the expulsion of the diplomats was not an effort to cut ties with London.
Obviously, relations between the UK and Russia could barely be worse.
However, James Nixie of Chatham House said the two powers appeared a step closer to severing relations.
But we're not quite there yet. But it does seem to me as though the UK does and always has done drawn a specific particular level of ire from the Russians.
The Izvestia newspaper cited the FSB as saying that the British diplomats had recruited Russian teenagers, organised what it called provocations, and held talks in the British ambassador's Moscow residency with opposition figures. The FSB, the main successor to the Soviet KGB, said it considered the activity of the expelled diplomats as, quote, threatening the security of the Russian Federation. Britain said Russian accusations against its diplomats were baseless and that it followed British action taken, quote, in response to Russian state-directed activity across Europe and in the UK.